Welcome to URC Chumps, episode 95. We have Dutchy with a very smart physiotherapist who helped him change his background. We have the Mac user, Tim, he's being different because Macs are different. Yeah. And you have, of course, myself. He's been for a comeback from therapy, and by that I mean ink therapy. I have a nice tattoo which is busy burning my chest right now, but I won't do that because it might break community guidelines. But let's start off with Tim. How you doing, man?
I'm always good, brother. I'm always good. How you?
I'm all right. And you, Dutchy?
I've had better days, but now that I've seen Tim's face, Tim from the other side of the planet, you do things that I'm not allowed to describe on air because we're going to break some guidelines. So I'm fantastic.
For those who want to know, it involves soap and dropping. But that's as far as we'll go. But I think we need to get into this week's episode. Yeah, some exciting things happened this week. And yeah, I'm really excited to discuss it. It was an awesome week. So yes, thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, this week we're going to start off with the under 20 championships that kicked off this weekend. Because it's in Georgia, I know it's a bit messed up, but we'll go according to the pools. Georgia starting off against Wales. Unfortunately, held up at the end, coming away 1 point losers, 24-25. Wales coming up on top. They look like they had won the World Cup when they had won the game. We'll go through the rest and we'll end off with the last game of the night being South Africa. Argentina, obviously giving USA a bit of a thumping. It just looked like...
Can I just, before we go on, say something regarding Wales, Georgia?
Yeah.
In last week, Georgia played a warm-up game against New Zealand, and they beat New Zealand 22-19. And with this 25-24, that tells me that the youngsters coming up through the ranks benefit the international Georgian team within the next couple of years. And to see something like that from a small nation, it makes my heart smile from ear to ear.
Well, I mean, look at it. Okay, the Baby Blacks lost. Well, no, they drew against the Baby Boks last time they played. Georgia did get a bit of a thumping. I was 65-20 something when they were playing here at Paul Roos. But yeah.
When you're done there, brother.
Yeah?
Let me jump in when you're done there.
Yeah, jump in.
So, I played professionally in Georgia for Batumi, and we played in Tbilisi at that stadium, right? And they got a 4G stadium just behind that stadium, and then they've got the turf, which they're currently playing on.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw that at the back.
Yeah, correct. And that's a weird thing to play that thing in. But Georgian rugby, let me tell you, they are passionate and they are immensely strong men. They are brutally strong. Okay? They might lack the technical skill, but that's coming now. Like Jacques saying, they are starting to compete at lower levels, at junior levels, which means they're starting to... I mean, I was there in 2016 for Batumi, and Batumi are now the Georgian provincial champions. They have been for quite some time, but they flew myself over, 2 guys from the Sharks Academy and 2 guys from Bath. And we went there for 4 months to basically save them from relegation because they had a 5-year plan. And they flew us in. We avoided relegation. They stayed in the Premier League. They got a French coach in, and it all changed. Georgian rugby is like Bangladesh cricket. It is
Indian as well.
Bangladesh. I mean Bangladesh. Bangladesh were that no one side that everyone gave a high
Oh,
name,
in that regard. Okay, in that regard.
but
Okay.
had 6 million kids playing cricket back home. Obviously, that's going to filter through, and it is now. Bangladesh are beating Australia. They're beating South Africa. They are a very good T20 side. I'm not saying they are up there with at test match level, but
Yeah.
they get. What I'm saying is to compare that to a Georgia. Georgia have talent. They have immensely strong human beings there, and now they're getting technically sound. So it's a dangerously strong mix for the future, and I think Jacques quite on something there. I think
Yeah.
Georgia's going to be in the top tier very soon. I'm very shocked that Georgia hasn't been given a shot at the Six Nations, whereas they have a playoff relegation game, because Georgia has dominated that second tier in the European level for a very long time. And I do feel that when Italy was getting thumped for so long and now it's Wales, they must have some sort of playoff spot.
They've been banging on that door for quite some time. You have to give it to them.
Correct.
I mean,
it was very apparent when I was there. The entire structure was changing when I was there. They were going from amateur, sorry, they were going from semi-professional to professional. They were making that leap. They were starting to invest in their coaches. They were starting to invest in their youth. They were starting to build 4G stadiums for rugby. It started becoming a thing, right? And now we're starting to see what all of that work that was done 10 years ago is now coming to fruition. So it's great to see. It really is. But it's also for the rest of the tier 1 nations, watch out.
yeah.
Watch out.
No,
Georgia coming strong.
Georgia, and I mean, the Georgian players definitely have had some skill, because top 14 doesn't just select you for nothing. And there's been a lot of those guys in the top 14 over the years.
The top 14 front row comes from Georgia.
No, Carlos Sardi, bro. You can't take
They're
away the
all
South Africans.
Yaspi, Gulivali. They are Indian. They
You
are
sound like
all
that TikTok
Indian.
going around about the World Cup teams.
They're all together.
But yeah,
The front row of any top 14 side has probably got one or two Georgians in it, because
yeah,
they are immensely strong and they are super good at grappling. They're wrestlers. So
yeah.
scrumming is a different type of wrestling.
But yeah, carrying on, as you can see, like I said, Argentina going on top of USA, England beating Ireland 34-27, Italy being
What did you think of that?
eh?
What did you think of the England under 20 game?
I actually didn't watch that one, but I'm building up to a joke, which I'll bring in now.
Because I honestly thought Ireland deserved to win that one.
Oh, I missed it. I can't remember what I was doing.
I thought
I think so.
England sort of got away with that one. I think Ireland were hard done by. Yeah, I really do. To Dara, I think your lads were a bit,
Robbed.
that wasn't a. I don't think that was a fair result. I think Ireland were a better side.
Yeah. Then, of course, Italy losing out to Scotland. New Zealand and Japan played until there was lightning in the 68th minute, which then got the game called off. And due to the tournament rules, New Zealand won that game. France beating Fiji 45-15. Australia coming 1922, celebrating the first time the highest score of over 86 points was scored. Only for the baby box to say, hold my beer, and play against Uruguay and win the game 104-7.
So
Giving a little bit of consolation try at the end there.
I have a question for yourself and Jacques. Who currently in the under 20s is better, Australia or New Zealand?
I mean, all the championship teams won. I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I'm talking about if we look at pocket results, we're looking at current results, we're looking at pre-season. I mean, New Zealand lost to
Why New
Georgia.
Zealand under 20?
You think New Zealand's better than Australia at the moment?
Well, I'm just going in
Yes.
past results. That's the thing. Each year
I
is a little
think
bit different.
currently, this generation, this current World Cup, Australia beat New Zealand for the first time in about 20 years.
Oh, yeah, that's why we needed a point to win, if I'm not mistaken.
I truly believe that Australia and England are going to be our two biggest rivals in this under 20 World Cup.
Now, I'm not underestimating any of the last two games that we have. I think we got Wales on Thursday, and then we got Georgia on Tuesday next week.
Now we've got Georgia. I think we've got Georgia first.
Those two teams.
Oh, Georgia, okay. Georgia and then Wales next week, Tuesday. That's right, yes. I'm not saying anything, but we've already beaten Georgia this year. Wales kind of struggled at a point, and the set pieces from the Springboks or the Baby Box was phenomenal. Steenkamp on that wing just running away.
Look, let's. I mean, not being arrogant here, but it's going to be South Africa and someone else in the final of this under 20 World Cup.
Yeah, the way it's going.
We have a freakishly strong side. Freakishly. I mean, like our team is ridiculous. The amount of talent in this side, it's got to be close to the one of Pollard and Jesse Creel and all those boys.
I think that was last year, but it just carried over to this year as well.
It's on par, isn't it? What an exciting future for South African rugby when we have this amount of talent in our 20s. Last year we won it. This year we've got a... Wow.
And our captain got drafted up to the first team.
Look, I mean, our skipper, let me just tell you, the under 20 skipper, he is going to be the future Springbok captain. He is, and he's worked...
No, he's no longer under 20. He's now, you're talking about Riley Norton. No, he's at the Springboks. Unfortunately, he is out I think I read between 6 to 10 weeks right now. He injured his hamstring. So
that young man, his work rate is Peter Steptoe work rate. He is unreal.
I hope they're staying in the same room together. That's what I'm really hoping.
What? Because he is stereotypically Peter Steptoe. He can play flank or he can play block. He's the type of player who can shift in between two.
Is he going to be the Cheslin Colby of the forward pack?
His work ethic. I mean, for his debut, he played 18 minutes. He was unbelievable.
Unfortunately, it's an uncapped match because it's not a proper. But yes, I am with you.
Was. Do you see the size of that Barbar's pack? Do you see the weight? The weight of that Barbar's pack.
But did you know who also immensely impressed me this weekend for the under-20s was Marcus Miller.
Marcus Miller, he's a freak athlete. He's, this is my point. You have Ethan Adams, an inside center, and then you have
the battering ram.
Freaking outside center. I mean, that is a man's nightmare. A grown man, never mind under 20. These are kids playing against.
You get Ethan Adams hitting that line, giving to Miller giving a bit of space, and off to Steenkamp.
Ethan Adams is 110 kilograms of pure muscle. And then on the outside, you have Marcus Miller, who's express. And let me just tell you, he's not the smallest lad either.
Yeah. But did you watch Steenkamp, bro? How fast that guy was? There was even a joke.
Listen, dude, if that man even jinxed his hips left or right in front of me, I'll just point him in the direction. It's over there, dude. I'm not even going to attempt that shit, bro. That oak will break my ankles and my hips at the same time.
And sorry, Jacques, he is signed with Stormers, the Steenkamp kid.
I'm going to be dead honest with you. Before Saturday, I've never seen him. I've never heard of him.
Well, right now I'm excited. Just the fact that I heard he's affiliated with the Stormers, stuff like that.
Yeah, he signed with the Stormers. I checked it up on Saturday. My wife checked it up on Saturday.
Yeah.
But you think this man is on top speed, and then just all of a sudden shifts gears and just goes.
He's got knots in those boots, bro. He's got knots.
Nice jock. He was. You think he's going full space, and then he turns up again. And he just freaking goes.
That thing sidesteps at full speed, and then just
rocket shoes, bro. I don't know who sponsors him, Nike, Adidas, but I need a pair of those bad boys, bro.
But yeah, I mean, he wasn't on the field. It just came out this week. Brothers of Destruction have signed for the Stormers. Cobus de Villiers, Paul de Villiers' younger brother, has signed for the Stormers. That guy's only 18. I watched highlights of that kid. And I mean, even though highlights don't give you the full story, just watching it, I was like, yes. I'd hate to cause cuck with him on the field because then I know Paul's going to come behind.
Oh, man. But at the end of the day, you must admit, the future is so bright. Regards to the World Cup, that's going to be a very interesting one. I'm not so. I love South Africa and I support South Africa to the ends of the earth, but I'm not so sure we'll win the next World Cup. But we'll get to that when it gets closer.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring up my points on that one closer.
So talking about the future, the future of international rugby starts this week as well with this Southern Hemisphere Series of the Nations Championship.
Yeah, brother. I mean, isn't this every rugby supporter's dream right now?
But did you notice how France actually realized now they have to be serious in this competition and this half of the tour? That they're actually bringing, I think 9 of the Toulouse players are in the team. However, that did include Dupont. Dupont seems like he has been pulled out due to injury. I don't know how true that is. That's just what I read. But we'll follow a bit more. There's that. I've got that in the news section as well. But it does look like France is now taking this serious. They are taking international rugby serious right now because this new format is making sure that they need to win, because if you lose a couple of games, you're not going to win top prize. You're going to end up 4th, 5th, 6th by the next time you know it.
Look, I mean, if you look at all these games coming up, there are some, as a rugby fan, as someone who's been around a little bit and understands the game a little bit, the clashes here that are coming for numerous reasons, whether it be coaching, technical, gameplay, strategy, player against player, front row against front row, loose trio against loose trio, back row against back, it doesn't matter. There are so many different aspects to this that I cannot wait. I mean, I'm looking at France, New Zealand. I'm looking at Japan, Italy. It's not the biggest game, but let me tell you, that game is going to be amazing to watch. I can't wait to watch that game. Japan, Italy is going to be amazing rugby to watch. Mark my words, that might be the game of the weekend.
Well, luckily, all of these
purely on excitement and skill. I'm not talking about I'm talking about flair and offloads. I think that's going to be the game to watch. But when it comes to dramatic tense and test match rugby, it's obviously South Africa, England, it's hard to beat. France, New Zealand, hard to beat. Okay?
Yeah.
Even Australia, Ireland, I'm frothing at the fact that the Australians are so much better. They're so much more organized. They're so much more structured. So I'm
going to stop you there, Tim. So New Zealand have got a new coach for this series.
Correct.
Australia has a new coach for the series. If France is going to make a statement, Yeah. I mean, even to the point that Australia has pulled James Slipper out of retirement for this series as well says something.
Yeah, that was a shock to me. That for me was a.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't understand that one. I really don't understand that one.
I think Kish just wanted someone to get people behind him. So if you get a senior player that he's worked with before to help him,
I mean, like,
that's what I picked up.
Is this an Australian situation?
But I mean, he's only been retired for how long?
They're going to win the next World Cup with him, and he be the next one.
Yeah, he's only been retired for like 7 months from international rugby.
Hey, man, my money. If Dwayne Vermeulen walked out of retirement right now, I reckon I would pick him.
You see that? Haven't you seen that clip where Dwayne's already saying he's going to come out of retirement just to take on Pollock?
No, look, you got to. Pollock's one of those kids that you want to hate him because of his attitude. But
you're going to love and hate him, no matter which way you look at it. You're going to love him, you're going to hate him.
As a rugby fan, you got to just appreciate what he brings. I mean, he is a freakishly good athlete. Like, freakishly good.
But now, I was looking at some of these highlights.
Henry Clark's only started playing rugby at under 16. Do you know that?
Yeah. But this is what I'm also going to...
Under 16. And he did it because rugby was cool. And all the cool kids played rugby. And all of a sudden, he was playing England rugby from 15 to 18. 3 years. The kid took to wait from not playing rugby to international rugby. 3 years, Curbs.
Yeah. But now, here comes my thing is, I've been watching a few of the highlights because I've just been trying to see where he could come down and where we could beat him. A lot of what he's done in international rugby is he breaks out of that scrum a little bit early. It's on that fine line of is it right or is it wrong? The problem now is he's going up against the Springboks.
He's not going to get around a He's not going to get around.
No. But you're going to need all 8 to push against the Springboks.
Yeah, but also, I mean, the thing is, Pollock runs off the ball exceptionally well. So where he's really good is he sees the next play. So he won't make the break himself, but he will execute the offload. He'll be there on the right hand side for the offload. He'll be there on the shoulder. And then he'll break the line. And he's express. For his side, that kid can move. All right? And then he's got a little bit of feet. He's not your average bear when it comes to footwork. All right? So then, your likes of Damian Willems, who's known not for defensive, but for attack, that comes into question. A full-blown Henry Pollock on the burst and open play, can Willems stop that?
Willems stopped Caleb Clark.
Yeah, but that was a straight run to the corner flag. I'm talking about if he runs off the shoulder, gets an offload, and then it's 1-on-1, front on.
We'll have to wait and see, but yeah. But I mean, what I like to see now is these guys who used to take international rugby not as serious are taking it serious right now. The big guys are coming out.
How can you not?
Yeah, but like previously, last year, France went to New Zealand with the C team.
But this is a year out from the World Cup curves. You've got to be nailing down, filing down, absolutely sculpting.
But this is the thing is everybody's been saying France doesn't take the July period serious. They're always like, we'll just send whoever. Now you can't.
And this is the time that anyone's on the cuff, anyone that's close to making your first team, this is their last opportunity to make their name to get into that World Cup squad. This is going to be the most intense test match stretch that we're going to see for a very long time. because there's guys knocking. There's guys like, look at the Springbok squad. We've got 50-odd players. You can't take 50 players to the World Cup. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be hard.
Don't say something like that, because Rassie will challenge you and he will show you. He will take 50 players to the World Cup.
In Rassie, we trust, my friend.
100%.
They're probably going to be there on holiday.
Yeah, we're not taking Andre Pollard to the World Cup. No, we're not.
He's going fishing.
No, we're not. No, Andre Pollard won us the World Cup.
Yeah,
Mike,
but
we got you.
But I mean, okay, let's go through predictions. And also, FYI, I'll put it into the thing. I have got a Superbru for this championship. I'll put the link below. Please come join. Just have a good fun. Let us see who's going to win. Predictions. Let's go first game. New Zealand, France. Who do you think is going to win?
France.
New Zealand by 10.
France by 17.
France by 17.
Yeah.
I think New Zealand's going to come off with a win. I think it's going to be a lot closer than expected.
You're very mistaken here.
But that's just me.
New Zealand evolved, and that France side is hell of a big, hell of a strong, and hell of a good. I think France walk away with this quite easily.
Yeah. I'm going to say New Zealand, as much as you do have some better points. I just think New Zealand's going to be better prepared.
I would put money on it, but I already lost some money to you tonight, so I'm not going to...
Take that, you filthy animal.
Yeah, I already lost some money to you tonight. We'll do that.
Okay, then Japan and Italy.
I'm going to go with shock upset to Japan.
I'm actually going to go Italy by 12. Jacques?
Also Italy.
I mean...
Ireland. Yeah, thank you for making sure that I have lots of editing to do tonight.
The first time in how many episodes?
Yeah, genuine Dara, I have to watch out because you know there's Irish people.
I tried so hard, eh?
I've done more editing with Odara than anyone else.
That's because you can't understand him. He's not actually swearing. You just can't understand him.
Him and Dutchie
you need
together.
Subtitles. You don't need to edit it. You just need to put subtitles there.
Sorry, Dara.
Thursday on Thursday. All right, Thursday.
Australia, Ireland.
I'm in Australia by 10.
Yeah, I was also thinking Australia 10. Jacques?
Ireland by 5.
Oh, interesting.
Do you always have to be the difficult one with the other people outside of South Africa?
No, I mean it's a good take. I mean it's a hot take. Ireland are not bad. So I mean, I'm going with Australia because they're sort of on form, and I think other than us, I think they're the best Southern Hemisphere side in this thing.
Yeah.
I think they're better than New Zealand. I think they're better than Argentina. So I think, personally, I think Australia will take it, but Ireland are a very good side. So good shout.
Yeah. I'm just pulling his leg. Now here comes an interesting one. Part of the reason why they changed the point system is because teams don't really play at home or away, or the away team is playing at home where they actually, it's very confusing. So they changed the point system. Fiji and Wales at Cardiff City Stadium in Cardiff. That's where they're playing this game. So Fiji, being the home team, is playing against Wales, who's the away team in Wales.
So you take it, brother.
I want to say Wales.
Jock?
To be quite honest, I had my mind set on Fiji, but the way Wales played the Barbarians over the weekend scares me a
That's
little
why.
bit of what we've been talking about for a long time, that we said sooner or later that kick in the Welsh team is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I want to say that this weekend was the start of that gear changing. I didn't watch the entire game, but the way that the Welsh were playing tells me that they're starting to get into that rhythm of what international rugby is all about, with all these youngsters that had no experience at the highest level. Now they're starting to become men, and they can handle the pressure, the hits, and when there's something that doesn't go their way, they've got the mindset to change so that they can adapt to the change that's happening in the game. And with the loose rugby that the Barbarians play, the way that the Welsh adapted and prevented the Barbarians from beating them. I know it was a close game, like 36-33 or something.
Yeah.
But we always have that saying, a win is a win. Whether you win by 100 meters or point, whatever, you still won. So just because of that performance they had over this weekend, I'm going to go Wales.
I'm going to go Fiji.
Now, you see what Jacques said is part of the reason why, but also because they're the away team at a home venue.
But still home.
I just think Fiji are, they've got a really good side, man. Most of their players play in France. They're really good athletes. They don't get enough time together, but I think at this stage between the two nations, I think Fiji has the edge, but just I think it's a 2-point game here. I think it's going to be a close one.
No, I agree with that. It's going to be close, but I'm going on the side of Wales for this game. But
so Wales, and I'm going for Fiji. So
yeah,
the first two I'm completely out of. You guys have gone New Zealand. I've gone France. You guys have gone Italy. I've gone Japan.
Australia.
I've also gone Japan.
Did you go to Japan?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I went Italy.
Australia?
I went Australia.
I was
still teasing Jacques that he always wants to be difficult against
Jacques went Ireland, no?
Yeah.
I'm going Ireland.
So it's probably a good choice, but it's going to be a great game of rugby.
If I can see you guys haven't signed up to my Superbru one, I will resend the link and you guys can join it.
I'm not gonna join it because I keep on forgetting to do my thing. So I'm not joining.
No, you just don't want to join.
While we're busy here now, you do it.
If I join, I'm just gonna win. You guys know this. So, I don't know why this is even a contest.
I can beg to differ because in the URC,
I can first. You can have my table scraps.
I'll eat them with that wooden spoon. Bring it.
Right.
I'll eat the €10 dinner.
You'll be my Oliver Twist, bro. You'll be my Oliver Twist, bro.
I'll take that €10 dinner and I'll eat it with a wooden spoon.
Take your wife out and then I'll pay for double, bro.
Yeah. Then, of course, the one that we're probably all going to agree on, Springboks, England. I'm going Boks.
By how much?
20.
I said 15.
I think you guys are both mad. I think the Boks win it by by 2 to 5 points.
I think the Springboks want to give me a heart attack because these 1-point games don't really do well when I'm 37.
I mean, I've seen the Springbok side. It's an awesome team. It's a great team. It's exactly.
I've got it in here, so yeah, we'll talk about that.
Saying, but it is exactly a team I would have picked myself. So I'm completely satisfied.
Actually, he's saying that
No, there's not a single player that I didn't predict in that team.
No. But
Genuinely honest about that.
something you said, but yeah, I'm still going to go 15. I still think it's going to go that way.
I think it's going to be Springboks will win.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah, but that's what I meant when I said we'll all agree on who's going to win that game. And then Argentina versus Scotland. Ooh, I'm actually going to say
Argentina.
But I'm going to say about 5.
I say Argentina by 20.
Argentina by 15.
Yeah, I'm with Jacques on this one. I think Argentina pumps Scotland.
Okay, as you can see, I have done my predictions. They are all set.
I think Scotland needs to bring some Vaseline, bro.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I think there's going to be a 15, 20 point. Yeah. So, player against player, are there anyone you're really excited to see? Like, are there any matchups that you really, for me, personally, there are quite a few little tweaks that I'm really excited to see. One being the man on my right now is Mani Leboeck back in.
Yeah, so it looks like they've given Pollard a little bit longer to rest. As you can see, and I mentioned it before, Riley's test debut on hold due to suffered a bad injury in training, and the initial prognosis for the 20-year-old lock is looking at between 6 to 10 weeks. So yeah, unfortunately, but you know what? He's still young. Still got plenty of time.
Still young. He's still a baby. He's 20.
Yeah, I was 17. I could be his dad, technically.
Don't even say that. We're the same age. I'm older.
We all could.
I'm older than you. Stop it. I'm older than you.
We all could.
You're older than all of us.
We all could. Oh. Me being the youngest and you being the oldest, we could all be his dad.
I'm still playing rugby. What are you guys doing? Leave me alone.
I'm spearfishing.
I'm riffing.
Yeah,
I can't run.
I'm 9 telling you where to stick your whistle, bro.
Which one? I've got 2 of them.
Well, you know where I can put both of them, bro.
Come on.
Whistle. Yeah. And then, of course, one of the guys we are talking about, Ellis Genge being the captain, saying we must all be like Pollock this weekend, which might not be the right idea, but I think they need to bring that energy that Pollock has, which would probably
I think that's what that meant, is sort of bring that. Yeah, I mean, without the arrogance and because that will get wiped off the park pretty quickly. I do think Pollock's going to bring this weekend the wrong energy. I think this is going to be a weekend where he, sorry to put it bluntly, but he F's around and finds out. Yeah. Because I think his broad bash attitude won't fly with the Springboks, and also it won't affect the Springboks. That they wouldn't have the desired effect that I think he hopes. I think they will be a lot more professional. I don't think there'll be much, tapping on the head or pushing his head in or anything like that. I think it'll be more in the hits, more in the intensity of the rucks. I think he'll find what Test match rugby is all about this weekend.
I also think that's why Roos wasn't selected this week.
I think in the right manner. Do you understand what I mean by that? I think he's not going to get pushed into the ground. I don't think no one's going to grab his shirt and throw him to the ground or anything like that. I don't think Eben's going to grab his face or anything dramatic like that. I just think every ruck he hits, he's going to get smashed. Every ball he takes, they're going to double hit him.
Is this the first time he's in South Africa?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, the poor little baby.
This is my thing. Is I think it's going to be that level he's just not of physicality he's not used to. And you should remember he's coming to
besides the physicality.
He's coming to Ulster for the first time, Jacques. He's never played in Joburg before. Or
But
Pretoria.
have you seen the training they've been doing for the altitude?
No, but they haven't done that. It doesn't matter. You can train all you want, but the real thing is not the real thing.
Yeah.
You know that.
The real thing is when Eben is going to tackle him, then he's going to really feel.
You know, when you're sucking air and it's 30 degrees, and then someone like Jasper Disa lines you up and runs straight direct at you, and you know that man's not going to go left, right. He's not going to pass. He's going to drop the shoulder, and you're going to have to meet that man. You're going to have to, as in New Zealanders say, you're going to have to front up. And I don't know if Pollock can do that.
There's only one way to find out.
Well, this weekend.
Hold on, let me just find out something quickly. Come on, load up.
I think Shark's rated number. Last I checked, Shark was number 6 on GQ's hottest man.
6.
That's what you're checking out. It was just
7.
It was just you and Dara that were beating him at the number 1 spot.
Can't beat them all, eh?
You know what I mean? You can't beat them, join them, huh?
Obviously.
Thursday, Fridays. Okay, it's only going to be like 17 degrees max.
It's not about the hot, it's about the heat. It's about the air, brother.
Yeah. So it's going to be a 17-degree day.
The air. It's the air.
And at night, it's dropping down to 3.
And they're playing 6:30.
That won't phase them. That won't phase them.
Yeah. I need to pack very warmly. Yes. But then, as you can see also there's a big advantage. Wallabies brace for torrid battle in Island Clash. They look like they are packing some serious speed and strength in that side. They're definitely not taking Ireland lightly this week.
Take lightly. They're the 3rd best team in the world.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they're not taking Ireland lightly. They are bracing for a hard game. They're not expecting oh look, it's the Irish. They're actually going full on like they're expecting the Irish to come and knock them. But then Russie also explained Volker omission, not only because he was busy spewing up in the Leinster game, but apparently he has gone through some serious bereavement and other issues. Part of the reason why he's moved back to the Stormers. But then on the left, we have the team starting with Ox, Malcolm, and Thomas du Toit. Thomas du Toit after a fantastic season at Bath and leaving Bath.
Thomas du Toit's had 4 fantastic seasons at Bath.
No, but I'm just saying this past season was also phenomenal.
He's best tight head for 4 years in England.
Yeah. Even a bit of a concern for me. One, because he had that suspension from November. And he only played like 2 games and then got injured and now he's back.
He's just there to handle Manhoji again.
Yeah. Ruan Nokia, very used to the environment and altitude there, so that does work out.
Right.
Sio Khaleesi captaining the side. Peter Steph du Toit on the other flank. But Jasper Fieser finishing up the tight pack. Grant Williams at 9 with Marnie Libbok. Very 2 players that can feed off each other nicely. Curtly Arnser, Damien Delende, Creel, Colby, and Willemse. Now, if you look on the bench, we got Jan Hendrik Wessels, Gerard Stennekamp, Zachary Porton, fantastic guy at such a young age, Marco Verstaden, another young, awesome star, Cameron Hanekom. Then we got Kobus Reinig. So we are definitely coming in for a fast game with Williams and Reinig. Andre Esterhuizen, is he a forward? Is he a back? We won't know until the day.
He's a back this week.
Is he?
We've got Marco van Staden and Cameron Hanekom. That means he's the back.
Yeah, but Marco can also cover 8. And
Yeah,
hooker.
so they're not going to replace all three of the loose trio. They'll replace two.
Yeah.
So I truly believe Andre Esterhuizen is going to come out 12. Um, I must admit this team. What I'm really excited about is the 9-10 combo. It's exciting. It's pace. It's genius. I mean, you've got the pace of Grant Williams from the ruck, and then you've got the genius of Mani Lebok at 10. It's going to be a fantastic combination. And then you got Kobus Reinhardt, who's got all the experience in the world, and he also brings that pace to the game, comes off the bench. Oh, man, dream team. You got Cameron Hanekom on the bench. Oh, man, yeah. There's just so much class in this team. If I look through it, I mean, the front row, Ox, Malcolm, Thomas, these O's are built to wreck the world. That front row would walk into any front row in international rugby. Then you look at our 4 and 5. We got Ruanochi, who is in the last 2 years been our foremost 5. He has stepped up. He's taken the role and he's made the jersey his own. And then you've got Eben, who's the most capped Springbok. What can you say? Sia is Sia, best captain of probably of all time. And then Peter Steff, workhorse. Jasper Visa, ball carrier, just a mammoth individual when it comes to physicality. And then, like I said, you got the 9-10 combo. And then at 12-13, you have the highest capped Springbok centre duo in Springbok history with Damian Delenda and Jesse Creel. And on defensive, those two are amazing. So I don't see any weakness in our defense in the center. Mani sometimes can be a bit shy from defense, but then we've got Jasper Visa and we've got Peter Steff and Sia covering. So I don't see it. I mean, I just think this is too good of a team to lose, but I do think England are going to push us. I think it's going to be close.
It's going to be close, but I mean, I'm just looking. All right, cool. So a backup kicker is definitely Colby and Willemse.
I mean, we've got so many kickers, man. We're not going to go through 3 kickers in the game.
It would be funny if we did.
No, it wouldn't.
Look what we can do. I mean,
freaking wouldn't. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think we've got so many choices. I mean, Damien Willemse under pressure, we know against Wales, he's not the kick. Yeah, so yeah, this is what I'm saying.
South African rugby talent, handle with care. The world can't handle all of it at once. I mean, that just says what's called wingers, speed illegal, centers, class, world class, scrum half, distribution, filthy, fly halves, creative cheat code, props, built different. Loose forwards, 6'2 plus, 110 kgs plus, quantity, a lot.
Which is true.
I mean,
it's good times to be a Springbok supporter, but at the same time, what comes up must come down at some point.
Yeah, please, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let us know your views. Let us know what you think about it's coming this weekend. Let us know how you feel about the games coming up. Like, I am excited, not only because I'm going to the game, this format has excited me. I looked at it originally, I was like, oh, what the hell are they going through? And then once reading into it, I was like, I am fully into this because now the likes of France can't just be like, whatever. It's now. I mean, the only thing I do not kind of agree with is the new point system. I think it still does kind of favor to those who aren't so serious. But at the same time, this tournament is making the likes of France and the guys that are just kind of like, we'll just give the youngsters a go overseas, let them go. They're now like, oh, wait, now we have to win this because if we don't finish top, we could finish third in our log, which means we play for 6th and 7th or 5th and 6th playoff. So, yes. I am I'm glad it's now making rugby serious. It is now making like, no, you have to what you're doing. I think this might change the calendar come in a year or two, especially after the World Cup, if they're going to carry on with this
But
format.
I wanted to ask you about this. You're saying this is such a good thing, but does this not contradict the Rugby World Cup? You're basically having a mini Rugby World Cup every year.
Yeah, it's a mini Rugby World Cup, but it's not a sense of okay, cool, boom. I mean, yeah, you can lose one or two games, but still finish up on top in the rankings. But this whole thing, it does change the whole thing because it's not like a case of okay, cool, okay, now we put you all together to find the lot. They're like, no, it's North versus South. It's not a
Yeah,
case
but
of
for example, Curves, let's say Springboks go and we do the triple. We win the next World Cup. But then we go into the next Northern Hemisphere and Rassi decides let's blunt some youngsters and we lose. We come third. Now the side that wins that, they're going to say, we're the best team in the world, we beat the Springboks. But now we are back to back world champions. Surely we're the best side in the world. But now we've lost one competition.
did we say that?
Ireland, France, New Zealand, or whatever, they win that competition, they'll say we're the best because we beat the best.
Did we say that when we beat the All Blacks?
A lot of people did, yes.
Okay, I wasn't one of them because I was
Not
like, okay, cool,
either.
we beat them on the day.
What I'm asking is, does this take away a little bit of the
No,
World Cup
I
edge?
think I don't think so. For me, if you win it, it means you're the best out of North and South for that period, for that day. It's like the UEFA Champions League in a sense.
Well, you can't compare a club competition to an international competition.
No, but what I'm saying is you can't say you're the best club in Europe and in the world and everything. You can just say you're the best of North and South of top tier nations for that year. Next year's different. You never go. And then the World Cup is when it all comes to you have to play. This game, you could technically, but the problem is in this format, you could technically lose every single game and still come first. So, all right, let's take it like this. Okay, sorry, because I'm a South person, I'm going to use the South. We win every game in the South. I'm talking about this half and the half in November. The North loses every single game, but now it's top of North versus top of South, which means North wins one game because just that moment they were better in that one game, so they win the whole thing. So you can't really take it serious because it's not a case of okay, South Africa and New Zealand have the most points, therefore they're going to play in the final.
If you can't take it seriously, what's the point of it?
Good point.
I mean, it is a good point, but the thing is, that's why I say you could technically lose all 6 games and still come first.
You can be Italy and get thumped every game, and then in one game play well and win the whole thing.
That's unfortunate about the way that this is set up. It is the downside and the disadvantage of this setup. But the thing is, even if South Africa wins, I'm not going to be like, yay, we rulers of the world. No, we won. We won this tournament.
Does this sort of impact the accolations of the World Cup? Like being a World Cup champion and then next year coming 5th in this, does that make you still World Cup champions?
I mean, you're going to get those people. Sorry, Jacques?
I believe you would still be the world champions because this is not a World Cup. I think they see it as the same thing as URC champs.
Yeah.
Now you're Nation Cup champions. There's always been the debate on
who's best
at a certain time. It's easy to be all right. So now we win the World Cup. Now to stay on top, that's not always that easy. Because we've always seen, right, I take it in 2007, we won the World Cup, and like literally 2 months later, New Zealand was back on top, number one in the world, which to me doesn't completely make sense, because if we win the World Cup, we should be number one. And we didn't play New Zealand again for those 2 months, but they played like 2 or 3. I can't remember how it worked, but all of a sudden they were on top again. I think this is just maybe something that they're bringing in to take out that debate on who is the best North and who is the best Southern Hemisphere team in between World Cups.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to happen next year as well.
Like Curbs is saying, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be south on it. There's always somebody that's going to have a dispute on whether it's a good or a bad thing. We've always said, but 8 test matches a year is not enough. Or 13, or how many they always play. But now there's actually something that they play for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so we've always either played an incoming tour, which was okay, cool.
Yes.
There, but then we've always gone to North, and then we've gone 1, 2, 3. Now what they've done is like, okay, cool. We're going to take that November series format, and we're going to bring it into the July period, but we're going to make it into a tournament factor. But of course, how you win and lose doesn't affect where you stand in the rankings, because your rankings is still a different thing. So, I mean, you could technically come fourth, but still be number one in the rankings because you got enough points during the tournament. It's just so, yeah, we have the same format, and we're just making it into a tournament, and the last day is all played at Twickenham, which I think is maybe a little bit unfair. But it's all being played in Twickenham. I don't know if it's going to move. I've heard rumors that it might move to different countries depending on how but of course, it's always going to be North the way it goes, because it's always going to be played in winter. It's never going to come south unless they decide to play it in the middle of summer here in.
No,
that's
World Rugby is full of fucking palms. That's why.
That's the thing that I would change, right? But let's start off with the points. This is 12 teams, and it's the top 12 teams in the world. Now, obviously, with the points winning or losing, well, tier 1. So your points that you get, it's not going to be massive, like a 60 ranked team beating who's number 10, let's say Italy, for example. The team that's 60 get a hell of a lot of points, but if Italy win, they don't get a lot of points. So the points that you can accumulate in this will be a good moral builder, especially coming World Cup next year, so that you can prepare yourself better, especially for your ranking going into the World Cup to blow your mind up a bit.
As this is happening, the Nations Cup is still happening with the likes of America, Canada, Zimbabwe, and so forth like that.
So I think it's but like I said, there's always somebody that's going to have a complaint, this and this and this. Right. What I think should happen is, if the final is being played at Twickenham this year, next year it should be Argentina, or each of these 12 countries.
Or go to the States. As much as I hate, I'm going to say this, go play it in the States. Go play it in Canada. Build a game up there. Go somewhere else. Go to Georgia and build it up there. Use that as a form to build hype for that country in rugby. Because now all of a sudden they're going to watch the likes of the Boks play against France or New Zealand or Australia. They're going to go sit there and watch these big teams play. There's going to be hype that these guys are going to be like, hey, listen, we need to pick up our socks so we can take these guys out in the World Cup. That's where I would play the final. for. The rest of it, go however you want to, but then move it to the smaller countries and allow them to see and experience. Because we know Spain plays, we know Romania plays, Georgia. I think we know that they're in Holland because the cheaters are meant to play there in the Challenge Cup. Germany, you an example of that. So I mean, the final I think should be played in one of those ones because it's neutral for everyone, and it helps build the game up in that. Unfortunately, they're going to go for the financial gain, but for me, I think if you do that, there is going to be a financial gain because there's going to be a financial gain in the smaller countries to building it up. But yes, I mean, the best thing is we can see what happens. We can come back to this discussion at the end of November once the finals happen and say like, okay, you know what? In the end of it, it wasn't actually the right decision. Maybe they need to change it up that you get splits up into logs, but it's still going to end up north versus south, south versus north. Either way you look at it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. But I do think it does make it exciting. It gives you something to play for in this whole thing. It isn't a case of, oh, we're just playing a test. Here's a little trophy. Thanks for coming for the participation. Sick. Or if we beat them, bon voyage, enjoy your trip home. If they beat, yeah, get out. Consider we're having protests in South Africa to get rid of the immigrants. Yeah, but we won't get too political in this podcast. But yeah, but I think it is going to make it exciting. It is going to open it up. I mean, yes. I mean, right now I'm excited for it, but come November, I could actually turn around and go, you know what? I was excited for it. It seemed like a good idea. This is where I think it failed. So I think we definitely need to come back to this discussion come November, December, and discuss how we feel about it. You might have changed your point of view on it and think, yeah, you know what? It was awesome. I could be like, it was okay. Jacques could be, it was the best thing since sliced bread was created. Sorry, Jacques, I'm just using it as an example. Okay, since you found the nickname Dutch.
Do you know how delicious a sliced bread is when you take the butter there? I almost said something about Tim, but...
Did Jacques learn how to butter his own bread?
No, his missus doesn't for it.
Did the kid learn to butter bread?
No, the missus does it. He's got a wife now. Pulling up the sleeves. Or you're showing off the ring, going, see, look, I've also got a ring. And I can also change mine into different colors too. I'm wearing green because the Springboks are playing at the moment.
Mine is purple.
See, I have blue and white, I have silver, I have red, I have black, I have green. I have gray. Tim's looking like, what the hell am I?
Yeah,
what ring do you wear, Tim?
Black and gold, man.
I also have a titanium one somewhere as well. That's my original wedding ring. Now we're talking about love. It's love. That's what rugby's all about, is love. unless it's Jacques refereeing some team.
I was reffing a university this weekend.
How did that go?
It's not something that I will say live.
Okay. On that note, and on that bombshell, I think we need to call it so we can find out what happened with Jacques this weekend. Jacques, Tim, thanks very much for joining me this week, guys. Remember, fellow champions, be safe. If you see me at Ellis Park, come say hi.